Open source isn't new, but is it going to make you lose your competitive edge? In today's episode, we're going to discuss 3 ways open source can help you grow your business. Ian, as we prepped for this yesterday, one of the things you mentioned that struck me about open source is this concern that if a developer adopts open source, it will somehow contaminate their IP or their special advantage. Can you speak to this?
Yeah, what's happened in today's modern open source projects, they use permissive licenses. So it really allows you to make drivers or proprietary software that doesn't get contaminated. So even NXP, we have specialized IP blocks within our chips that need specialized drivers. Some of it will expose all of it, and some of times we have to keep parts of it private. Same thing with your algorithms and code. You can choose what you want to release or keep private.
And for what you release, that means it's available to the entire community. Uh, but there are benefits from having this much larger community, many more people and eyes than you have in your own organization.
Right. There's good operational open source communities have maintainers that are going to look at your code style, but also you're going to have lots of eyes looking at the code, not just yours, but the entire base of code. So in fact, safety and security can sometimes be quite significantly increased because you've got a lot of people reviewing the code.
So you can build a more robust product that delivers on your customers' needs.
Right. And the big thing is, everybody has limited time and resources. So, why waste it reinventing a wheel? Why waste it building a new driver or interfacing with some new part, a sensor, for example, when that's probably already done in some of these open source projects we want to leverage.
So we talked about how to leverage using your own algorithms and adding open source to that, leveraging the community. And then you just talked about how having this community allows you to use your resources in other areas, so you're not wasting resources. What about compatibility?
Yeah. So we've, one of the common things that gets said in open source is, stand on the backs of giants. And there's a lot of people that have done a lot of thinking in these different areas. So in terms of compatibility, most roboticists will always have some exposure to something like ROS or ROS2 and the way that system works. You're not locked in at any point. There's modules, it's a modular system, but you're at least compatible with that ecosystem. And what else gets enabled is as we move some of the functionality to real-time processors, like this vehicle management unit, here we enable Zephyr, which is another open source community project, and Zeno, so that now Zephyr and Zeno and ROS all work together, and that's compatibility at its best.
On top of that, you have compatibility with other platforms or other devices that you can leverage. Is that true?
Sure. I mean, I think what we see there is, you might want to use a particular sensor, a gas sensor, a motion sensor, whatever. And the nice thing is, typically in an operating system like Zephyr or in Linux, you'll see there's already a driver written for it that you can address. So, you don't have to spend your time rewriting that or making that work. Yeah.
I see. So all about saving time, using your resources wisely to invest in areas where you can differentiate in.
Right. Yep.
Are there any other pointers you'd like to bring up?
There's definitely some tricky parts to navigating the open source ecosystem, and there's certain responsibilities as well. And you really want to think carefully about what is your IP and maybe get yourself in a mindset that I do want to release as much of my code as possible because of the benefits of, upstreaming that and really focus on what is different about what I'm doing. I think you'll reap benefits all around.
Yeah, a rising tide lifts all boats.
Correct.
So there you have it. Use your limited resources wisely so that you can bring a competitive edge to your portfolio and drive growth in your business. For more episodes of Conversations at the Edge, click on the links below.